So Nonito Donaire stops Vic Darchinyan in the 9th round, which was ultimately a repeat of the first fight. He dropped him pretty badly with a left hook in the 9th, hurt him. Darchinyan got up, showed his typical heart, but Donaire managed to finish him off. Referee stopped the fight. Some people could argue that the stoppage was maybe a little bit premature. Maybe Darchinyan could have seen out the round, especially since Darchinyan was actually ahead on 2 of the judges' scorecards and the other judge had it even. So Darchinyan was actually on the way to a points victory. But Darchinyan made the exact same mistake he made the first time around. He got overconfident and he wanted revenge so badly. Winning on points against Donaire wasn't good enough. He wanted to knock Donaire out and really square the score, basically. But, it backfired on him in a major way. And now he don't get his revenge because he made the same mistake twice. Now, Donaire is the only guy to ever stop Darchinyan. So I think we do have to give Donaire some credit for that. A lot of people saw this as an easy fight for Donaire, given the fact that he outboxed Darchinyan in the first fight and then knocked him out. But this time around, Darchinyan outboxed Donaire for the most part. And then Donaire managed to pull it out of the bag in the 9th and knock Darchinyan out. So the fight followed a different pattern. Donaire definitely visibly was less confident in this fight, coming off his defeat to Guillermo Rigondeaux. He was definitely less confident. But I don't want to say that Donaire was mentally scarred from the Rigondeaux fight, although maybe you could look at it like that. I just think that he's maybe been overanalyzing his boxing makeup and his flaws, because Donaire is never going to be as silky smooth as someone like Guillermo Rigondeaux. He's never going to be like that. But it seems in this fight, he came into the fight, maybe it was his corner strategy, his trainer strategy, whatever, but he came into this fight looking to out-finesse a Vic Darchinyan, And I don't think, especially against southpaws, I don't think that Donaire is ever going to be able to be as slick as that, where he can just simply out-finesse a guy for 12 rounds. And in the end, it's not until Donaire actually started exchanging with Darchinyan and drawing him into a little bit of a dogfight, that's when he actually managed to knock Darchinyan out. When he was trying to box him, Darchinyan was actually having the best of it. As funny as that is, because Darchinyan has that kind of funky robot style about him. He's not a slickster like Guillermo Rigondeaux. He don't look elegant in the ring. He looks kind of, off key, like a little short southpaw Vitaly Klitschko at times. But, Donaire, like I say, when he threw caution to the wind a little bit and started mixing it up with Darchinyan, he knocked him out. And looking at this fight at its most basic level, that should have been his strategy from the beginning. He's the bigger man. He's the stronger man. He'd knocked Darchinyan out previously. So when all else fails, try and overpower your opponent. Darchinyan's never been that slick. Yeah, he can punch hard. Yeah, he's a rough guy. He's got heart. But he's hittable. He's always been hittable. So I think Donaire probably should have gone for it a little bit earlier in the fight. But hindsight is a wonderful thing. So it is what it is. He got the victory in the end. And like I say, Darchinyan's weakness in this first fight turned out to be his weakness in this fight. And what's so funny about it is that in the first fight, you can forgive Darchinyan for getting a bit reckless because he was being outboxed by Donaire. Whereas this time around, he was actually outboxing Donaire, but he still couldn't resist the temptation to go for the KO. And he ended up getting caught himself with the same shot that he got knocked out with in the first fight. It's crazy, but it is what it is. After the fight, they asked Donaire who he wants next, and he said Rigondeaux. I'm not sure how much he really believes that. I don't know. But the same thing that happened in this fight with Darchinyan, where he basically had to start turning it into a dogfight before he, managed to win. I think it's a similar situation with Rigondeaux. Although with Rigondeaux, if you try and turn it into a dogfight, he's a lot faster than Darchinyan. He's probably a bigger puncher than Darchinyan, arguably, but he's certainly faster. He's certainly sharper and more accurate than Darchinyan is. So trying to turn it into a dogfight with Rigondeaux is even more risky than it is with Darchinyan. But I just feel that's his only chance against Rigondeaux. If he does want to beat Rigondeaux, I feel like he's got to turn it into a dogfight. He's got to make it rough. He's got to be physical. He can't try and box Rigondeaux. He tried that the first time around and he came off second best in a major way. So he's got to get in there, get his hands up, be prepared to take a few shots just to get his own shots in. If you remember in that Rigondeaux fight, Donaire's best round was the 10th when he actually managed to drop Rigondeaux. And that's the round where he just literally realized he was behind on the scorecards and he had to turn it into a dogfight. And that's the one round where he did his best. You know, the times when he tried to box, it wasn't working for him. So I just think, you know, Donaire does box quite well. I'm not going to say he can't box. He can box well. But I think he tends to box better against orthodox fighters. Against awkward southpaws, definitely seems to be a bit of a problem for him in terms of boxing. So, you know, I'm not sure whether Rigondeaux's the right fight for him next, but we'll see what happens. Rigondeaux will probably take it for the money, you know, because he's not really getting the kind of money that he wants to be getting or he feels like he deserves. So he'll probably take a rematch anytime soon. So anyway, drop your comments below. Let me know how you felt about this fight. Where do you think Donaire should go from here? Give me your thoughts on Vic Darchinyan as well and a possible Rigondeaux rematch. So yeah, drop your comments below. This is Hatman. I'm out.